I use my F13 key for Discord mute toggle.
I don't have an F13 key, but if I did, I'd probably use it for OSU.
I don't have F13 on any of my boards, but if I did, it'd probably just be all F4.
I don't have an F13 key, but if I did have one, I would maybe buy an escape too because my current escape key is broken.
I use my F13 as a shortcut for the snipping tool.
I don't use F13 as often, but if I would use it, probably order me another bomb quesadilla.
I use my F13 for the Discord soundboard, actually.
Okay, well, I'm a 40% user, so F13 would be about a foot to the right of my keyboard. That's where my coffee cup is, so I use it for my coffee.
I would use my F13 key to type GG and surrender and leave.
I don't use F13 because F12 is better.
Yeah, I use my F13 keys for like clipping.
I would use my F13 key for to open up Honkai Star Rail.
I use F13 for an artisan slot.
I think I'd use my F13 key for a shortcut just to lock down my whole computer. Like, shut off the monitor, just easy lock button.
If I had an F13 key, it would be to copy and share all of @McMerlin's accounts with everyone that I know.
Wow. I would use my F13 key as my calculator button.
You're asking me what I do with the extra F key? I don't even use, I probably use like 3 on my current keyboard.
I use it for the Windows Power Toys run.
If I were to use my F13 key, I'd probably use it as an Alt F4 key to probably exit out my Windows faster.
I don't have an F13 key, but I would probably use it for Discord mute.
I just leave it the way it was programmed from the factory.
I don't use my F function keys.
Some people like that.
Even though I'm a software engineer.
The board.
That's all.
What I'll use the F13 key for is probably just going on mute for Zoom and that kind of stuff and Discord, or I'm just going to use it for music, pause and play.
I use 40%, so I don't have one.
I use it for Discord, mic, mute, and unmute.
I'll probably use it for like Discord muting, and maybe I'll link it to like open up like Final Fantasy 14 or something.
I think I currently use it for media play and pause, but I don't really use it that much, so honestly I would probably remap to a macro to subscribe to McMerlin on Twitch.
I would use an F13 key, probably 1 for an artisan and 2 as a screenshot hotkey or macro.
I used to put my MapleStory skills and chairs on that key, you know, back in the day.
I'd probably use an F13 key for a mute.
I use the F13 key on TKLs, of course, as a numlock. So essentially, I map my numpad to the alphas on the left side, and the F13 key goes to the layer that has a numpad. I keep F13 again, and it takes me back to the regular alphas.
For the F13 key, I imagine I'd use it with the WKL, so I'd probably map it to Windows.
My F13 would be a mute button, just to mute out my annoying friends on Discord.
So for F13 keys, I'm mainly using my F keys with Teletype, which is a Eurorack module that you can type code into and generate whatever weird sounds, but all my F keys are mapped to MIDI CCs that go into Teletype.
F13s are for artisans.
My F13 key is an artisan holder on my TKL, and on a 75, it's my delete.
I use the F13 for like a screenshot macro because I use a Mac, so it's like sort of like snipping tool on Windows. Or if I have my druthers, I don't have an F13 at all because I prefer F-rolless or 65%.
Yeah, I use my F13 for the delete button right now because my other ones are like individual custom ones, so I need my delete button. Yeah.
So for my F13, I usually have it as like a pause for my music. I think it's just easier rather than having to go and like physically pause it using a mouse.
So I don't have an F13 key, but if I had an F13 key, I'd probably set it to take a screenshot, like the print screen key, which I also don't have.
Honestly, I don't want any more keys.
I have a Junimo keycap because I have a Stardew Valley theme keyboard.
I use my F13 key as an artisan holder.
I don't use my F13 key for anything. It's just sitting there unbinded.
Yeah, I would use my F13 key to switch windows between different programs.
So I use my F13 to switch between sound input devices. So it's either my speaker that I'm using or the headphones, so I switch between those two.